Welcome to Tune In Tuesday, where every Tuesday I start a new canvas using the colors that I mixed on Monday. If you missed Mix It Up Monday, I'll have a link to that video in the description box below. This week's color is Indigo. If you'd like to follow me on this journey, consider subscribing, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Alright, so during Mix It Up Monday, I mixed 3 colors, and it was plum, purple, and indigo. And when I go on these journeys, because I do my own self-healing journeys to learn about the colors between the different certificates that I have and practitioner certificates that I have, I've had to learn and go through the process myself. And as I paint on Tune In Tuesday, I definitely share some of my experience or just kind of some thoughts or images that I see while I'm painting. But there was one that stuck out to me. There are a few things that stuck out to me because indigo improves your vision, and purple helps with you develop clarity, and the plum helps you overcome the challenges. And when I was kind of reading over my notes, I know that there was just one thing that stuck out to me, and that was that you can be a stranger in your own woods and always discover something new. So everything's always changing in the woods, the season. I mean, I guess it depends on what woods you're in, but in my head and what I visualize, I see the seasons changing, and the bed of the forest always changing, and there can always be new life sprouting up, or underneath a leaf it could be like a little frog or a toad or a turtle. And so depending, maybe you bring a friend to the woods that day, you could walk the same path every day, but maybe they notice some moss or fungus that you've never seen. Or so that's kind of what it meant to me, is that I can always discover myself or rediscover or cast a new path, even though I feel like I've always been there, done that. There's always something for me to learn. And so working with these colors, I feel like that little message to myself holds true time and time again. Always changing, I'm always experiencing challenges and looking for ways to overcome and not to take things personal, and just to really know who I am as a person. And I think knowing yourself is kind of to lose yourself in a sense, but where you can also rediscover yourself at the same time. Hope that makes sense, and if it's relatable, let me know. But that's just kind of where I'm at with indigo right now. Of course I'm gonna go with the flow, but that's just one thing when I was doing Mix It Up Monday that just kept echoing in the back of my head, and like was giving me some clarity and grounding in my heart, and just like what my purpose in life really is. And that's to always be open to challenges and to rediscover, and but to also know that during these, that I have it within myself to know who I am and to feel confident of who that being is within me. Alright, so let's get to painting. If you know, I use watercolors, so all of this is just going to reactivate with a little bit of water that I have here. And I don't know if it really matters. Well, it matters because I wanted to share it. At least right now, if you've ever smelled wet cement or wet pavement, that like mineral, but it's like right after a rain on a hot day, which to me has a different smell than a day, like a rainy day all day. So that's kind of like the smell that I have thinking about these colors right now. thinking about the color indigo and kind of just being spaced out in it. And part of what indigo does is help you connect to your soul purpose. And lately, not even lately, these last few years, I feel like I've been in the same cycle and I've broken certain patterns, which has been great, but I feel like I continue to be offered the same situation, but from different, so it's like, it looks like the same situation, but maybe today it's wearing a red hat, and yesterday it was wearing a blue hat, and so not everything is necessarily the same, but like the underlying subject is the same, and I feel like it's like a life test, and I continue to, like, I've bend and thought that that was what I was supposed to do, and then I felt like I was kind of going down a more negative path than what I wanted to have in life. And then I finally kind of started speaking up for how I really felt. Like, I didn't want to do certain things, and started changing even social settings that I had. And I knew that it was changing kind of like a 10-year plus like path that I've created for myself, but it's not inherently like what my heart was feeling like I should be doing. And I started listening to what made me feel comfortable, sitting at home chilling, or just not, I don't know. So my point is that I started listening a little bit more to myself, and that's when I felt like these positive things that I actually wanted in life started to happen. But it changed everything around me, and with change there's trial and error with change. So even though it's been the last 10-5, everything's in cycles in my head, so time is not really relevant. My point is that I still end up in some of the same situations, even though I've changed the settings around me, and I'm still trying to understand if, like, this is just one of those life tests to see, now that I have broken those patterns and that it's being re-offered to me, if I'm going to follow through with the course that I've set for myself. So now that I'm learning how to speak up for myself and to feel comfortable about speaking up for myself, my wants and my needs, and it comes back around, I feel like it's just like a little life test. And part of me, I start getting insecure because I'm like, is this life test because I need to be changing because it's here so often, or is this a life test because that's what's going to happen? Your temptation is always going to be there. Peer pressure is always going to be there. Yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at, spacing out on my canvas right now. I'm just thinking about my life choices and where they've led me, and the ones that I've liked and the ones that I haven't liked, and the sacrifices that have come with those, and seeing the ones that I felt like were really worth it. And sometimes they're bigger sacrifices than what you realize when you're making certain choices in life. But I feel like that's part of knowing what your life purpose is that there's going to be sacrifice, and sometimes you don't. They say expect the unexpected. Well, I get that, but you never know what to expect. Anything can happen. So I understand the saying, but until it's like handed to you, yeah, I can expect things to happen, but sometimes you're like, damn, can I cuss? I don't know. Sometimes you're just like, man, that really happened. I always carry this faith. I guess you can call it faith. Because we've all had our own fair share of unfortunate circumstances in our life, and just I know the ones that I've been through my adolescence and as an adult, I just never given up on myself. Even though it's hard and I'll question how I'm gonna get through something, I've never not seen me get through a situation, no matter how hard it's been or what I've had to go through to get it done. I just don't see me giving up. And I know they say sometimes there's a time to give up. And I feel like I've met that in my life. Like, okay, I need to walk away from this. And if it comes back to me, then I'll handle it. And you know, so I've done that. But there's some things that I really want in life. And I just refuse to feel limited, as if I can't achieve my goals. And so, like, I'm thinking of that because of these lines. It's just like I feel like I'm always lifting up. My energy is always lifting up. Not that I don't give myself a hard time over things, but I'm working on not to give myself such a hard time. Because if I stay there too long, then I'm not focusing my energy on what I need to be focusing on, and that's getting up and getting it done. Which also makes me quick to forgive and just like want to move forward too, if there's a situation where I need to forgive. But forgiving can also just be as simple as walking away. But yes, I need to let this dry and allow the textures to settle, and I'll come back to this and you'll see the complete piece during Finish It Friday. If you liked the video or like me sharing my insights during Tune In Tuesdays, or just are learning anything during Mix It Up Monday, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you liked the video today, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see how this turns out for Friday, hit the bell and I'll send you a notification for when that video uploads. Thank you for joining me on this journey. See you Friday.